Hello and welcome to issue 99 of Build the Millennium Falcon, the penultimate Falcon video. I can't quite get my head around that. I really can't. Okay, so in today's video we're going to be looking at add-ons again. They decided to throw lots of add-ons at us in the last few issues of this build to really get our teeth into, and after the last add-on video, I felt really guilty for running out of time and for skipping over what actually was quite a lot of add-ons, especially when people have asked me before not to do that and to show it in its entirety, and I promised them that I would, and then I completely backed down. And we've had a year of people backing down on promises. I'm not going to get political, but we all know that we have. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be a back down person. But sadly, I finished everything that was on issue 97. So I can't take it all off and do it again. That wouldn't work. But I promise you that every single part that I put onto the Falcon engine cover will be shown in this video. And I will have a segment at the end for all of those parts on sprues that have been missed throughout the course of these last 2 years. So to start off with then, this is what I left off with at the end of the last add-on video. And here is what it looks like now with the parts from issue 97 all attached. You can see the ones that I attached since I finished off, because they are the surface colour of the Falcon rather than the black weathering, which I have done. I decided I'm not going to bother weathering until all the parts are on, because you get instances like this. So to start off with, we're going to have a look at the parts that came in issue 98. Which was everything on this sprue here. I've already taken these two parts out here because they were quite small and attached them. They are, first two parts are this part here and this part here, which go in like that. This one is meant to have a long pipe, but it's snapped off, but that's okay, that doesn't bother me so much. And then those parts there and there, which attach into the holes just like that. So the next part we're going to be looking at is this part here. Sorry for knocking the camera there. Very nice looking detail part there, and that goes on here like this. Very nicely just clips in there like that. And then you get his sister part there. Say sister part, the part that goes on the other side. So basically just like there, like that. Very nicely fits in, and they look like that when that's all done. So the next part you get is this part here, and it goes under the parts that we've just attached. So that part goes in there like that. Maybe we need to drop more glue. Nope, there we go. There we go. And then the other part just goes the other side, just like that. Push them in and push that in, and they look like that. The next part is this one here, and this attaches into the slot just there. So that just pops in like so. Little tight fit. Oh, where did that go? I found it, and the reason that it was a tight fit is because it actually goes facing that way, not facing up and down. It actually goes across there like that, and you get your sister part there just like that. The next part then. Sorry about that, I made another error. They actually go that way, so the hole is facing this piece here, and then the hole is facing this piece here on that side. Sorry about that, I just wanted to sort that out before I continued. Okay, so the next part is this part here. That looks very nicely detailed. Again, all these parts look very nicely detailed. And the first one goes into there like that on its side. Oops, I said on its side, it falls flat on its face. So like that. That is how that piece looks. And then on the other side, on its side again, sorry, getting camera, it looks like that. I think that is right. Have I got this all around? I don't think I have actually. Should that be like that? That should be like that. No, that should be... Yes, okay. So that piece there... Okay, let me just get this right. Okay, so that piece there goes on there like that. So you have the kind of... you can kind of see. The more rigidy bit goes at the top and the smoother bit goes at the bottom. And same with this side, rigidy bit at the top, smoother bit at the bottom. And it looks something like that. So on to the next part, which is this piece here, kind of a ridged piece like that, and that goes into these two holes here, like so. one on that side, and the other one on this side, like so. Sorry, it's a little bit blurry. One on there, and then one on there. So it looks like that. So the next pieces are very small and very fiddly parts. That's why I cut there and did them off camera. It is that piece there and that piece there. They fit into the holes that they are now fit into, obviously. And they look like that. And the next piece is this piece here. Now these two pieces, because there's one obviously the same, have like a little extended finger pointing a certain way. I'm not going to see that, come on. Okay, so they've got a little finger pointing that way. They attach to the bottom here, I believe. Let's just check that. That's it. And the finger goes along the bottom. So it's going that way, pointing that way. And it will be exactly the same for this piece here, which just goes on there like that. It finds the holes. There we go. Push that in. And they'll look like that. So the longer finger along the bottom pointing that way and pointing that way. And it will look like that. The next piece is this piece here, and it just attaches into that hole there. Like so. One on that side. And the other on this other side. Oops. Sliding around a bit. You find the holes. They'll go in. Why isn't that going in? There we go. Like that. Oh, this piece actually come loose. Let me just reattach that. Okay, so the next piece, and there are 4 of these, and they actually go into these little holes there. Like that. So you've got one that goes in there. And then the next one, just move along a little bit. And goes in there like that. And repeat the same for the other side. So you have one that goes in there like that. And then the other one just pushes into that hole there, like, oops, like that. So there we go. Can't get it all on camera, but that is what the engine cover looks like at this stage. Okay, so the final parts we got in issue 98 are these parts here. This is going into familiar ground for us because we did the same on the bottom. Basically, there are 2 triangle parts like this, and we've got pegs on one and holes in the other. So you just get some glue and pop the glue in the holes like that, and just very simply put them together. Like that, and to save time I've already done it for these 4 pieces, and when they are finished they will look like this with this tab at the bottom. So if we bring back the engine cover, I just want to point out another mistake I made. I glued these on the wrong way around. The semicircle part needs to be at the top like it is now on all of those 4 parts that I just showed you. Otherwise these parts do not fit in. Basically there's a little groove, there's a clear point, there's a little groove just there, and they just pop into the groove like that. So with a little bit of glue it will make them secure. So let's just do that now. Bit of glue on the tab, push it into the little groove like that. Good squeeze, and it'll look something like that. I'm just going to put these onto that, and then I'll be right back with you. And here they are all attached. I had a real problem with this one. This would not go into the slot at all. I had to file down the plug, and I had to kind of get a knife to the hole as well to make sure that that goes in. So let me know if you had a problem with that one or any of them, because usually the bits just slot in. But for that one, I really struggled. Okay, so that is what the engine cover looks like at the end of issue 98. So let's move on to the parts from issue 99, which are all these. So let's just have a quick look at what we've got here. Again, familiar territory for the people that did the top, did the bottom, which is all of us. I paused there because all of us would have done the bottom. That's a really stupid thing to say. It's these. It's the engine kind of thruster controller things. You know, when it wants to go faster, they go up and down. I guess that's what they're for. So we get a lot of these to attach. We get this part, which I'll just look at in just a moment. And we also get the final add-ons for this engine cover. So going back, I should say, to this part, You'll remember in the last video I started to do kind of the engine deflector shield parts. Let me just go get them. These clips here, which clip from the body of the Falcon to the mandible to hold it secure. As I said last time, there are holes in these parts for add-ons, which is what these are. So I'm just going to look at these first, starting with this part here, which I believe, and let me just get the right part, bear with me. Yes, okay, so it's this one here, the one that looks like this, 2 holes there for the 2 pegs there, and that they just push in just like that. So the next part is pretty much exactly the same, this part here, and that goes on the other side to the 2 holes there, and they stick on. Oops. What's slightly interesting about this is that possibly to get the hole in the right place, it's actually not a hole that's complete. It's got like a little dent, which seems to be causing problems. Unless it just, there we go. Come on, go in. Okay, so it looks something like that with this bit dangling down. Is that correct? Not entirely sure. Let me just go check. Yes, that is correct. So that part dangles down. I guess this little plug here attaches to the Falcon mandible at some point. Oh, sorry about the focus. But that is what that part looks like at the moment. Let me just get the next part, which is this part here. And I've already pre-attached it because of the problems I had with the last one. But actually this one fit a lot better. And you still got that overhanging part there. So that is that part there. And then of course the part for this bit, which is this bit here. Just attach this. Da, 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 da. Like so, like that. Okay. Now for this one, the second one that we're doing, we also get these 2 holes here, which is for the next part. This one here, very flat rectangle of falcon coloured white, or cream I should say. It just goes in there like that to create that bar, that block bar. Not entirely sure again why that part has a big block like that. Must have a different function, but there we go. That is what that part looks like all finished. And actually all those add-ons that are left are actually for when we attach this part to the Falcon. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And the first part that we're going to add on to the Falcon is this part here. This is the clip with the 2 holes showing at the front. Okay, this is where it goes. Now I found that I really had to push very, very hard to get that part in place. Because of the way it's designed, the mandible is obviously separate from the main body of the Falcon, so there is a lip on mine. It is concave a little bit. It doesn't quite fit on as well as it should, so I really had to push it down to make sure that the glue's set enough to keep it secure. And exactly the same for this part here as well. Really push it down, make the concave part flush to as much as you can to the mandible, and then jobs are good, and you have those bits all attached. I did find that after I'd done this, there was still a gap which was showing light through when I turned the lights on from the Falcon. So I actually put a little bit of epoxy putty just to cover the kind of gap so that no light would spill out when it is all attached. As you can see, I'm really struggling to get this piece on, but there it is, that piece is finally on. Blimey, that was tough. Okay, so the next parts you add on are the parts from the sprue, starting with this part here. You can't really see, but the main point of the triangle is pointing towards the clip that we just installed. So that is that one there, and as I move the Falcon round, just to get ready for this one here, you can see it more clearly. The point of the triangle points towards the clip. These were easier to put on. You just push them on and dab it down, and they are secure. And the last piece is this little piece here. You can't really see because my hand's blocking it, but it's the little square part on that sprue. It goes into 2 little holes on the edge of the mandible, right near the pipework there. And again, I really had to push it on and make sure it was secure. As you can see, I'm struggling here. But when it clicks in place, it's all on securely and it looks fantastic. Okay, so moving back onto the engine cover. I've already, as you can see, glued these 13 engine parts down. I did it off camera. And the reason I did it now is because I looked at the kind of weathering guides around and I couldn't see any reason not to stick them down. If I wanted to, I am going to paint them, but I can paint them stuck on to the actual model. So that is why I did that. So the final thing to do with the issue 99 parts is everything on this sprue here. So the first part is this part here, which of course goes slap bang in the middle, just like that. because of the curve, it's quite hard to get a good firm push on it, but there we go. Looks like that. Looks very different compared to the two either side because I haven't weathered it yet. In fact, that's not in securely at all. Let's add some more glue there. Okay. Fingers crossed this will work now. Okay, there we go. So that piece goes on there like that. And then the next piece is this piece here, which attaches to that hole and that hole like that. And there we go, I think. Is that going in? Nope. Oh, it's a bit fiddly, this. More fiddly than I thought. Hold on. Come on. It's because I'm doing it too high. I've done it too high. There we go. So that hole goes in there. Can't see. There we go. There we go. Yes, there we go. So okay, so it goes on there like that. It's still not secure. Push. That's very loose. Why is that so loose? I'm going to have a look at that. Bear with me. There it is. I've attached it. Sometimes these things just need a good push and some time for the glue to set. The next piece is this piece here, and there's a hole there and two holes either side. And you just pop that in there like that. And it sticks up a bit, looking fantastic. I really like this piece. I'll show you it when I've managed to slightly secure it. There we go. I love that. I do know what I love about this. I love these like spring coil things. I'm gonna have to make them a nice vibrant orange, I think. Looking very nice indeed. That kind of flaps a little bit, but that is that all installed like that. Okay, so the next part is this pipe here, and there are two holes there and there. And the pipe just fits into them like so. This is fiddly, bear with me. And here are the pipes installed. Sorry about that, for taking it away of the camera all the time. I just found the pipes to be quite fiddly, so I wanted to make sure I got it right for me rather than show you. I'm sorry, but this is where the pipes go. We have one pipe that goes along there and one pipe that goes along there. Now you are meant to have two more pipes which attach here, but I snapped them and broke them. And actually, sometimes I think the fiddliest parts are not necessary for me. If you're a perfectionist, you know, put them on. But for me, I think it looks absolutely stunning. And it really will do when I've redone the weathering and made everything a bit more burnt out and engine-y. So I'm very happy with how that has come out. But speaking of pipes, if you're anything like me, you have an absolute shed load left over. Okay, so I'm just very quickly going to go through each of these sprue parts and show you where they go on the Falcon. Okay, so start off with, this is issue 52. So issue 52's sprue looks like this, and they go here on the Falcon, as you can see in this picture. I'm going to put the photos up for a little bit, pause them to get a reference of how they all fit together. Okay, that is how I'm going to do this. Issue 54 looks like this, very simple, three pipes. They go here. Issue 63's sprue here, we obviously use some of these in issue 63, but these are the parts left over. They go here. Similar with this sprue from issue 66, all the parts from issue 66, they go here. Issue 53 looks like this, and those pipes go here. And finally, issue 47 has this sprue, and these parts go on the top turret part like this. Okay, so we're all caught up with the parts that are hopefully left on your sprues. If you have any parts left over, I recommend going online, finding a guide. The Facebook groups are really helpful. I know that in one of the groups there is a pinned thread for the missing sprue parts, which is very helpful and is what I use to attach my parts. So go on Facebook, have a look, get everything attached in the way you want it to, and then it's done. You know what I mean? It is done. So the only thing left to do really is finish weathering this part and painting up these vector thingies here. And then in the final video of Build the Millennium Falcon, we're going to put it all together. We're going to put this part to the top to the bottom, put the side plates on, and then just sit back and have a look at it. So I hope you'll join me for the final video. I'm actually getting a bit emotional. This is stupid. Okay, the final video coming up next week. on the Sunday, of course. So until next time then, take care, bye bye.